All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about how the Mars mission, that is Alternet Systems and or ALYI, absolutely exploded today. You guys, it was so exciting watching this price action play out over the course of the morning. So of course, I do want to share some of my thoughts regarding price action from here on a short, medium, and longer term time horizon. Let's get straight into it. As always, we'll quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, TradingView, where once again we will be talking technicals, price action, and price targets on the following names today. Of course, spending the far majority of our time here on the charts on Alternet Systems or ALYI. But on top of that, I do also want to close out the video by taking a look at IQST on the charts. So you guys may be familiar with IQST. I've talked about it a few times here before on the channel, and how I've said in the past that both ALYI and IQST act very similarly in terms of price action to friendly faces here on the channel, Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital. So Riot and Mara, how they've always played a catch up in the past. If one jumps ahead at some point in time, the other one usually does play catch up. And from what I've observed to this point, ALYI and IQST act in a very similar way. So considering ALYI just absolutely popped off, up almost 75% today. Absolutely crazy, you guys. I'm so excited to dive into the charts here. But because I do feel like IQST will play catch up at some point, I of course want to talk to you guys about the potential I see in IQST once again at the end of the video. So those are the two charts we're going to be looking at today. But of course, we got to touch on some fundamentals. What was the fundamental catalyst for the price action, for this berserk price action that we saw in ALYI today? Was it this? Was it this article? I'm not sure, if I'm being completely honest, and I will talk about that a little more as we close out this article. But it's titled ALYI EV Rideshare and Self-Drive Rental Pilot on Track Targeting $4 Billion African Market. So again, you guys, I've always loved how ALYI is so consistent at putting out updates on the fundamental progress, on the progress they're making in their ventures. And this is a good, there's nothing crazy in here, which is a big reason that I don't really have reason to believe that it was this article specifically that led to today's volume and price action. But it is good. It shows that they're on track. Everything I read in here, I like to see. And again, from here, it's all execution, okay? But do you want to read through this article with you guys? Remind ourselves, definitely myself, of why I'm fundamentally bullish on ALYI, especially from a long-term perspective, because I see so much future long-term potential in this company, all right? So we will actually kick off the video with this, establish that fundamental base layer prior to jumping into the technicals, and then just spend the remainder of the video on the charts, all right? So we will do that, but before, as always, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you're stoked on ALYI and IQST like I am. If you made it back today, please let me know in the comments down below as well if you had a position in ALYI, like I know many of you did, like I did myself. It was a very, very good day for not only the demeanor, but for the portfolio as well, of course. So let me know down below if you guys made a bag on ALYI today. If so, congrats, cheers to that. But give the video a like, really means a lot. I appreciate that. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more content like this. And of course, check out the Complete Portfolio Daily Newsletter. First link down in the description, $15 a month. If you guys want to know exactly how I'm personally trading stocks like ALYI, IQST, the EV sector, small cap, EVs, and green energy that we've been talking about, doing well today, outperforming the rest of the market, which I absolutely love to see. As you guys know, I have been sus on the markets, and in all honesty, in the portfolio, like shout out you guys, a lot of you guys part of this already know, I'm extremely hedged right now in terms of the greater equity markets. And it's just so satisfying and gratifying and validating to see that the sector that I kind of believed had the chops to withstand some of the volatility in the greater equity markets is doing exactly that today. So feels good. If you guys want to know exactly what my entire portfolio is comprised of, call options, put options, stock positions, cryptocurrency positions, all the good stuff, like 50 to 60 open positions at any given time. Again, check that out. I do update that every single trading day during market hours, and along with every update, I send out an email newsletter explaining my thoughts, rationalizing my trades, throwing some real-time charts in there with price targets and whatnot. So again, means a lot if you guys check it out, but if not, no worries at all. Let's dive into the charts right after the article, okay? So again, we got to establish the fundamentals first. Dallas, Texas, get straight into it. June 16th, today, 2021. Love to see these up. Again, you guys, ALYI has done such a good job at consistent updates. This news isn't crazy big, but it is very promising, and it just shows that they are doing a good job at keeping their investors and their fan base and just people who are involved with this company and respect this company for what they're doing posted on the progress that they're making. Okay. Alternet Systems today announced completing a scheduled review of its electric motorcycle development program with a dedicated design team from Modus Applied Innovation. Shout out Modus. The review was completed last week on Friday, June 11th, 2021. Modus is working with IQSTL. I just call it Inquisitel, but that is the stock. That's IQST that we're going to be looking at. Again, that's why these two are tied in together, similar to Riot and Mara. Working with Inquisitel, I know that's not how you say it, I'm just going to keep calling it that though, on connected state-of-the-art electric vehicle technology in support of ALYI's overall electric vehicle program objectives. ALYI management is confident after completing that review that ALYI remains on track with its EV rideshare and self-drive rental pilot program in Africa. ALYI management is preparing a comprehensive shareholder update on the EV rideshare and self-drive rental pilot program to include additional updates on ALYI's overall business plan scheduled to be published this Friday, June 18th. So very, very exciting there. Definitely keep you guys posted on that. Keep an eye out for yourself. Obviously, if you're trading ALYI, always be tuned in to these news releases, okay? ALYI has an order. This is what we've been waiting for, you guys. This is what comes down to execution. Can they deliver these? I want to see a warehouse full of 2,000 bikes. That's what I want to see personally. To deliver 2,000 electric motorcycles in Kenya to be deployed into the motorcycle taxi or BOTA market. The first delivery schedule for July is intended to support the first phase pilot rollout of the rideshare service. The motorcycle ride-hail market in Africa is estimated at $4 billion. It's $4 billion with a B. In addition to its pilot rideshare service rolling out this summer, ALYI plans to also introduce a self-drive rental program, similar to the way Bird, the shared, you guys all know what Bird is, the scooters. That company scheduled to go public through a merger with SPAC, Switchback 2, valued at an implied $2.3 billion, rents electric scooters available in urban areas and unlocked via mobile phone app. ALYI plans to rent electric motorcycles in Kenya that can be unlocked via a mobile phone app. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have ridden a Bird. I shouldn't say I love those things. They were fun when they first came out, but I haven't ridden one in a very long time because those things are actually gross now. They really need to recycle those. ALYI's electric motorcycle program is only a small part of the company's comprehensive strategy to build a far-reaching electric vehicle ecosystem. The success of any electric vehicle will depend on the simultaneous availability of an entire network of solutions necessary to support the electric vehicle. For example, the electric vehicle support network ranges from availability of power to charging stations where power can be accessed, to long-range batteries to make electric vehicles efficient modes of transportation, to connectivity, so software updates for motor synchronization and battery optimization applications can be continuously updated along with other electric vehicle user support applications. ALYI's primary business focus is on its overall electric vehicle ecosystem strategy, out of which electric vehicles will just be one component. ALYI is building the electric vehicle ecosystem in a region where they're one of the lowest per capita transportation ratios in the world, sub-Saharan Africa. Again, these are Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, going to be the future Wakanda from like Black Panther. That's what I always picture, like 50 years, definitely a century down the road, okay? So again, this is a very long-term investment to me, but the short-term price action is obviously exciting, and we'll dive into the charts right after a couple more paragraphs. To both attract industry-leading talent to collaborate in ALYI's electric vehicle ecosystem and to provide an opportunity to prove innovations coming out of the electric vehicle ecosystem, the EV ecosystem, really buzzwords in these press releases. ALYI is launching an annual electric vehicle race in partnership with a brand name racing organization. The annual race event will be hosted simultaneously with an electric mobility symposium and expo. ALYI is setting itself apart from the rest of the EV industry, not only through its EV ecosystem strategy, there it is again, but also through its commitment to democratize the electric vehicle ecosystem. Damn, how many times can you guys say it? It's called EVE, okay? ALYI's financing partner and electric vehicle ecosystem collaborator, Revolt Token, has already provided key funding to advance ALYI's business plan to its current stage. All right, so we'll close it out there, you guys. Again, nothing in here that gives me, aside from maybe someone on the inside, because again, you guys, ALYI has a very, very small market cap, so it does not take much capital inflow to alter the share price of the stock. We're seeing volume here. We're actually, so once we get into technicals, I'm just, as I kind of talk, I'm going to erase all these, but because it gets weird as we zoom out. But again, you guys, I don't think that what was in that article is, actually, I'll leave this here. I don't think that what was in that article is enough to engage a 75% price increase. Obviously, since ALYI's high back in February, like good times for the Waves fam from every angle. Let me know if you guys were around for just the absolute February tsunami of cash that was flowing into the family. But Since then, ALYI has corrected significantly. So, again, you guys, it's not crazy to see this. I'm honestly still down on my position overall because I averaged in around 10 cents for my overall ALYI position. But, again, it's still very exciting. Does this article warrant a 75% price increase? I don't think so. But maybe, again, someone on the inside, which does make it a little sus. Obviously, again, you guys, you're always going to deal with market manipulators in especially smaller OTC stocks. So just stay on your toes here, you guys. Stay cautious. Don't get too excited right off the bat because, again, you guys can see this right here. I do think we're going to see a short-term pullback. But long-term, very good. And, again, keep a close eye out from a fundamental perspective on Friday's press release. Because if I was, as a betting man, which I am, I would say that there's probably someone on the inside who has an idea that maybe the news that's going to be released on Friday is very good. They bought some up. Or if, maybe people just saw some exciting price action and really hopped on board because I know a lot of people out there and a lot of you guys really like ALYI. So again, I knew it draw a lot of eyes today, that's for sure. But from a technical perspective, ALYI is seeing more volume than it has since mid-March. Please load chart. So ALYI, once again, you're seeing these huge volume spikes, which you love to see again, you guys, with these small OTC, just like super promising revolutionary stocks with small market caps. What you want to see is these spikes in volume, is just eyeballs on these stocks, is attention to these stocks, okay? And that's what really engages, what initiates that price action, all right? So again, the most volume we've seen since way back here in early March, like the most volume we've seen since like mid-March. Again, you guys, ALYI did correct so significantly from its high back here. Let's see what ALYI's total correction was from its high. So ALYI did reach about 20 cents, got the price targets right here, or price range, I'm sorry, from its low, you could say right here, just up until yesterday. So it's not crazy that from its high, considering we saw an 85% correction from its highs back in February to where we are now, to see this type of price action, because we're still way down from the highs, of course. But from the highs, where are we right now? So let's grab the price range right here. We're still down 70% from our highs back in February, even after today's 75% move up. All right, so still down 70% from highs at current levels. Am I bullish on ALYI? From a long-term perspective, no doubt. From what we just read, I do trust that ALYI will execute on what they're saying they're going to do. But I've been saying this, especially in the newsletter and the Discord and stuff. It's July specifically is going to be very telling. Again, that order of 2,000 bikes that they have scheduled to deliver to Kenya in July, I need to see that happen for me to actually get tangibly bullish on ALYI. Of course, again, they partnered with Modus. They are partnering with Iqst. They're partnering with multiple companies. So there are those kind of external validators. Like, it's not just ALYI. They are working with multiple companies, which does mean that there's multiple checks and balances in place, which makes me a little more comfortable. But from a fundamental perspective, or from an objective perspective, ALYI is objectively still a speculative bet, which is important to understand, and it's important for everyone to realize that. Although I'm bullish, I understand that this is still a speculative play, okay? Because they have not yet delivered these bikes. That's why, again, I do want to see a warehouse full of like 2,000 bikes. I want to see them actually execute on the things that they're saying. These are all pretty words. Again, they're using a lot of fun buzzwords, but I want to see them execute on what claims they're making. This is all bullish. This is all bullish in retrospect, but again, I just want to see them execute. I want to see those bikes, okay? So that said, sorry about the fundamental rant. I just am very bullish on the fundamental vision of this company. But from a technical perspective, again, just right here, ALYI, obviously back here in mid-May, did break a very strong downtrend from, again, once again, its highs, this crazy correction that we saw, this crazy volatility that we saw over the course of a couple months. Since it broke out, it's been going virtually sideways. Like, obviously, there's some volatility in here, but for the most part, we're just seeing sideways price action. And again, we're on 4 hours right now. I do like 4-hour candles the most for kind of like short to medium-term time horizons. And I do love to see this volume. Like, this volume is indisputably bullish. I don't know, once again, I don't know what catalyzed this. I do, my ears are perked up a little bit just because, again, this article's cool, but it's not like tangibly bullish. But again, maybe Friday's news is going to be great. So anyway, from a technical perspective, we'll go back to the hourlies here, start short term, and then just zoom out and go long term. I'll give you guys some of my levels as we zoom out on the charts. I do think it's very likely that ALYI does see a pullback. So you can see here the first, like this first hourly candle ended right here, just about this line. And the reason I have this line drawn is because this area back in late May, for the span of like a week, did act as a significant ceiling for ALYI. So again, you guys, the same principle applies to any chart you're ever going to look at, especially once things start going parabolic, once things get volatile. Just look at historical areas that have acted as ceilings, floors, lines of support, and lines of resistance, okay? So this area right around like just call it like 44 cents just to play conservatively. Actually, we can play like, yeah, we'll say 45 cents, just 45, or sorry, not 45 cents, 4.5 cents, 0.45 cents, 4.5 cents. So anyway, 4.5 cents. I do think it's likely that we do come down here to test both like the first initial high of this absolutely short-term parabolic rally that we saw, and also test an area that has acted as a previous ceiling for ALYI in the past, okay? So again, as a betting man, once again, because the markets are kind of weird, like I was talking about the Fed meeting just today, they're going to slow things down. Things are running way too hot. Interest rates, they do want to raise interest rates a couple times by 2023. The dollar is doing very well, and of course, when the dollar or the DXY is doing well, the majority of things that trade against the dollar are going to decline in value just because that's how the markets work, okay? So again, maybe the markets, the overall, like the S&P, the NASDAQ, the overall equity markets, maybe we do see some downside as we close out the week. That would play perfectly into this narrative that I do think, again, you guys, like, things don't just go straight up forever. You guys know that. I do think we will see a short-term correction. My bet is that we come down to 4.5 cents. And at 4.5 cents, if say we see that like tomorrow, or say we see that by Friday, that gets super exciting in the case, specifically tomorrow. If we see that tomorrow and Friday's news is very, very bullish, which catalyzes another move up, that second wave, the good old two-wave, boop, boop. That's going to be very exciting from a price action perspective and from an accumulation perspective to average down your position size, of course, okay? So my bet is that we go to 4.5 cents over the course of the coming trading days. And at that point, I'm very excited to establish a larger position size for ALYI, okay? After that, let's talk a little more medium term, okay? Let's go medium and long term. So again, you guys, it's a little difficult to gauge, okay, so again, you guys, this is just like what I'm looking at personally. Like a level to be looking at is going to be right here, of course, because this was ALYI, like where ALYI bounced on its last bounce. You see a little double bottom, and actually like, yeah, double bottom. So double bottom right there, bounced up here to like the 7 cent region. So I do think we'll see some resistance, somewhat of a ceiling around 7 cents. You then come up to like these levels around here, around like 8.5 cents. So again, you guys, when we're talking about medium-term price action, if you guys want to trade this, of course, I don't condone trading this. I'm personally more of a long-term, like diamond hands with this one. But again, you guys, just look at historical areas that have acted as support, resistance, ceilings, floors in the past, okay? So best case scenario for ALYI, like I've had these lines drawn for forever. So say by August, say by the end of the summer, say they do deliver those vehicles in July, things get super bullish, they really pick up momentum once again. I do think that this trend line right here could come into play. So this trend line has acted as both historical support and resistance on the bounce from ALYI's rally over the course of 2021, all right? So I do think that this channel could come into play at some time. I do think that this, like this one is if we break above that, but the main trend line I'm looking at, if ALYI really does choose to explode, is going to be this one. So just, of course, you guys, when it comes to price targets with trend lines, it's all dependent on when the trend line is hit. So say it's August 11th, just completely random, where I just happen to draw the end of this trend line. That would take us to over 30 cents, which of course is over a 5x from here, okay? So very, very exciting price action potential. Will this play out? If ALYI can execute on this delivery, if they deliver in July gets super bullish. We see volume, we see people get excited. We see them making, once again, fundamental progress, actually delivering on their delivery promises. I do think that we can see ALYI see another like 5x, 10x, who knows, 20x. Let's see that dollar ALYI by the end of 2021. That would be absolutely exciting again, you guys. But short term, once again, I do want to say that I do think we'll see a short term pullback. That's just how the markets work. A lot of you guys will know that at this point. But again, it does present that opportunity for a better position average. All right. So that's ALYI. Let's close it out with IQST and then call this a video, okay? So IQST, just short term right now. We'll just stay on the 4 hours here. But IQST, again, you guys, these two tend to play. And IQST, again, still like volume's picking back up a little bit, but nothing at all compared to, again, look at this chart compared to ALYI. It's almost exactly the same. So IQST got up like almost like a couple weeks after ALYI. So again, this is why I do think that ALYI could be somewhat of a precursor to IQST. We saw ALYI pop off today. It would not surprise me that if in the coming trading days we see IQST absolutely explode, okay? But again, IQST did break support, again, for similar to ALYI, since it broke this overall line of resistance, on the overall downtrend. We have pretty much just been trending sideways. A lot of volatility on the sideways price action, but for the most part, trending sideways when compared to the crazy volatility that we saw over the past few months, all right? Short term, IQST, is in a nice like little symmetrical triangle pattern, nice bullish pennant. Usually these symmetrical triangles, bullish pennant, bearish pennant, symmetrical triangles will resolve themselves in the general trend direction. And objectively, because IQST is in an overall downtrend, that would mean from a technical perspective that this symmetrical triangle is more likely to resolve itself to the downside. But for all the reasons we just talked about, because IQST is involved with ALYI, because kind of just this whole like ALYI, IQST, modus, like this whole group seems to be pretty hot right now. And because like just the market caps are so small, like IQST's market cap is like $75 million, which is absolutely like a drop in the bucket. So again, if there's enough eyes on this, if enough capital flows into this, these stocks can go ballistic. Like if we do see the volume that we saw back in February, over the course of February, that gets very, very bullish. And that does lead me to believe that we could just easily break out of the symmetrical triangle. And then the same principles once again apply. Like first level I would be looking at is definitely like this one right here. If IQST breaks out of like this resistance on this symmetrical triangle, then I wouldn't be surprised at all to see another run up. Again, probably look at like levels like right here, just this area where IQST spent a lot of time, right around like 70 cents, and then you go up to obviously like 95 cents, a dollar, very strong psychological even. And again, you guys, like these two I do believe. And from here on, if you guys do want to play both of these, which I am personally, just for full transparency, money's always where my mouth is. Keep an eye on how both of these react to each other. If you guys played Riot and Mara, these are going to look very similar. And again, that makes it very exciting to play because it becomes predictable if these two kind of just follow suit and one follows the other, one ends up playing catch up with the other, all right? So please let me know down below if you guys, again, are bullish on ALYI, if you're bullish on IQST, if you made an absolute bag today. Throw some champagne popping emojis down below, or beer cheers, whatever. But cheers to that, you guys. You're eating good. It's always good news for the Waves fam. Always love seeing you guys eating. So I'll talk to you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you're bullish on. Let me know what you're excited about. Let me know whatever you want to talk about, and I'll see you down there, okay? So I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.